Welcome to Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy. Hey, thanks for tuning into the broadcast. God bless you. Hey, I've been out on vacation last week and a half, so we, of course, have not produced any videos. But hey, we've come back relaxed, refreshed, and ready to go. Let's get some housekeeping taken care of. If you have not subscribed to Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. If you have not subscribed to Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy, please hit that subscribe button right now. For those who've already subscribed, hey, God bless you. God is going to bless you because you are helping us to spread the good news. You're helping us to encourage others around the world in their faith. You're helping us to uncover the darkness of the wickedness and the evil in this land. And listen, you are going to be blessed. So you hear that? If you have not subscribed, you're missing some mighty blessings. So again, this is Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy. We've got a great show for you today, so stay tuned in. What are we going to talk about today? My wife and I last Saturday went to see the movie The Sound of Freedom, starring Vin Caviezel. And he's playing a real life part of a real life hero named Tim Ballard. Now, I'm going to give you the synopsis of the movie, and then I'll give my take on the movie and why there's so much kerfluffle about it. So many people, the media and even some of the Hollywood elites are speaking out against this movie, trying to push it down because, of course, you know, it was #1 at the box office for on last week, beating even Harrison Ford's movie, the remake pretty much of Harrison Ford's movie, The Sound of Freedom, raked in, I think, $60 million, beating Harrison Ford and whatever movie was out at that time. But anyway, The Sound of Freedom starring Ben Caviezel and playing the real life Homeland Security agent Tim Ballard. Let me just give you a little synopsis. It says, after rescuing a boy from ruthless child traffickers, a federal agent learns the boy's sister is still captive and decides to embark on a dangerous mission to save her. With time running out, he quits his job and journeys deep into the Colombian jungle, putting his life on the line to free her from a fate worse than death. Now, of course, I'm not going to give you all the movie, but just the synopsis in itself should give you some insight on the horrific things that are going on in our world. The Sound of Freedom. This movie is based on a gentleman whose job it was to rescue children from child abductors and sex enslavers. In our culture right now, with the transgender mutilation that's happening, with the normalization of relationships with children, which is MAPS, instead of saying pedophiles, the culture wants to say minor attracted persons. This is just another way of trying to take the stigma off adults having sexual relations with children. And so I said that to say this. One of the reasons I believe that many in the media, in certain political parties, and even some of the film industry are not receiving the Sound of Freedom the way it should be received is because many of these people are part of the problem. They are involved in many and various ways of abducting and enslaving children as young as 4 years old and selling them to sex traffickers to make naughty videos, if you will. This is a real issue, and one of the big problems is that the United States is one of the biggest, buyers, if you will, that week after week, if you follow the news, you're finding out that young girls are being rescued from these sex traffickers. They take these young ladies from various parts of the world and sell them to these rich, well-to-do individuals, and they just prostitute them and take their lives. And here you have a gentleman, Tim Ballard, who was a Homeland Security agent, who was willing to put his life on the line. He was, I believe he was a Mormon. I believe is his real faith. But he was willing to put his life on the line to help rescue these children from these sex traffickers. So without giving away a lot of the movie, I just want to bring light to this. I want many of you who follow me and maybe some who are new to the channel to Google The Sound of Freedom. And after you Google it, and if it draws you in, then go see the movie. I'm telling you, you would be gripped by it. The time will go by so fast because it's heart pounding. It's not a documentary. It's a movie. Of course, they have embellished Tim Ballard's story in some ways, but I'm telling you, it's riveting, it's powerful, and it shows you the hideous, diabolical schemes, and I would say of the devil that's now attacking children. Listen, it's not just attacking children in other faraway lands. They are attacking children here in the great United States of America. Look at the news. Look at Florida. Look at Pennsylvania. States recently who've captured men who had young children in their vehicles, going about to prostitute them and to sell them. This is a real issue. And because we as a nation have kind of set back through politics and whatever issues, allowed so much of these things to begin to fester and permeate themselves. I believe because of the pressure from the LGBT community and others like them, Planned Parenthood, all these godless groups and godless cults and godless individuals have put political pressure on politicians who've allowed laws to be passed or allowed things to take hold in our culture that now have put our children at risk. I was so encouraged to see a man to stand up for the courage of his convictions and to put his life, his family, his career on the line to go and do what God has called men to do. I want to challenge you men. Stand up, be counted, be brave, be courageous, but by the grace of God, these could have been your children. This could have been your daughter. This could have been your young son that you would never see again if but for the grace of God through this man, Tim Ballard. Now, of course, we know the real life agent Tim Ballard. He was not the only one, but there are many like him who are standing up to the call, who are heeding a call, who are going out and willing to do what's right. The Hollywood elites and the political left and people like Jeffrey Epstein, who produced these great movies, but who is a perverted person, using his power and authority to take advantage of young women for years, and then he's paid the price. Even unfortunately, someone we grew up with, Bill Cosby, who used his notoriety, his fame to take advantage of young women. R. Kelly, people that we grew up listening to, use his power and authority to take advantage of young women. These perversions have been happening through our land, and now they're permeating every part of our society. We, like Tim Ballard, must stand up. We must stand up and say, no, not on my watch. Hey, I'm encouraging you to Google Sound of Freedom and then go out, buy a ticket, and watch the movie. Take your wife, take your children, take your family. Listen, take your church. This is a movie that I believe that God is using to call men and families out and the church out to stand up for this fight. We're in a war. We're in a war for the souls of men. We're in a war for the souls of our children and our families. What good is it for us to be called by God if we're not going to use the power of God to help others? I don't want to be too long on this video, but I want to say that when you Google and see all the negative talk, all the media who poo-poo the movie and say that the movie is a lot of hyperbole and it's a lot of hype, and even though child abductions are a real issue, they're not to the level in which the movie portrays it. That's a lie. This is a serious issue, and we must address it as so. I think that, we as people of God must be willing to answer the call. We must be willing to answer the call because God has blessed us to do so. So again, this is Either Fate with Michael Roy doing a critique on the movie Sound of Freedom. Great movie. Loved every minute of it. Loved the heroicism of Ben Caviezel representing his character, Tim Ballard. Hey, go see it. You'll like it. You enjoy it. And you will challenge other people to go see it. So give me a like. Hit that like button. Press that like button. Help us with the YouTube algorithm. The more you like it, the more people are going to want to see this video and they'll share it. So like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Hey, until next time, again, I'm Michael Roy with Eyes of Faith. God bless you and God keep you. Until next time, you have a blessed day in Jesus' name. God bless you. Go see Sound of Freedom. You're going to love it.